It is time for another nature news. What is going on, mammals? Oh, yes! It is time for another nature news. 3 epic, amazing, awesome, important topic. As always, we are going to start with wildlife. What is one thing that I am always fascinated about? That is evolution. Because of evolution, wild animals are very adaptable and strong. And wild animals evolve in all kinds of ways. To give a few examples, elephants have evolved to have such a good sense of smell that they are able to smell water that's 3 meters underground, 10 kilometers away. The cheetah, very iconic, has evolved to sprint 120 kilometers an hour. Birds of prey have evolved to spot a mouse on the ground from 1 kilometer up in the sky. Owls, like the barn owl, have evolved a disc-shaped face to have incredible hearing. But the great grey owl has something even crazier. The great grey owl not only has that, but also evolved to the point where one ear is positioned higher than the other ear. And even the dinosaurs, like Argentinosaurus, have evolved to become the biggest land animals ever walked the earth. Evolution is why nature is what it is. Even for us humans that is true. For you and me, this is our body because of evolution. And that leads us to today's topic, today's discovery in Chernobyl.
This city in Ukraine was once home to almost 50,000 people. But on the 26th of April 1986, it suddenly became uninhabitable. The nearby nuclear power station of Chernobyl exploded. No one has lived here since.
Since there is a lot less human activity in the Chernobyl area, nature and wildlife has taken over completely.
In the 30 years since the evacuation of Chernobyl, the wild has reclaimed the space.
And the first time I really found out about this place is because of the amazing and important David Attenborough documentary Alive on Our Planet. It's literally on Netflix. Watch it. I don't even know what to call this. Oh, invaluable. That's the word. Incredible. Watch it. Now, the forest has taken over and there live a great number of wild animals.
Today, the forest has taken over the city. It's a sanctuary for wild animals that are very rare elsewhere.
Foxes, roe deer, otter deer, moose, and even wild horses. You know how rare wild horses are today. Many bird species, of course, many rodents, squirrels, of course, and the star of the show, wolves. The wolves of Chernobyl. That is what this is all about. That's what this discovery is about. So I've always wondered, since the moment I knew what this place was about, I've always wondered, how is it possible that, look, all the humans fled, of course, but the wild animals stayed there, or actually returned there. They have made this place their home. I've always wondered, how is that possible? The nuclear reaction stuff, the radiation, how can they survive? How can they live there? And I'm not totally sure. But one thing that we have discovered now, and that I have discovered for myself, one of the reasons that wolves can live there, actually thrive there, that is the discovery. That answer is evolution. The wolves of Chernobyl have literally evolved and their immune system changed. They discovered that these wolves developed a crazy adaptation to resist the radiation. Now they have some form of cancer resistance because of the evolution, because of the adaptation. These wolves didn't flee the area or die of cancer. No, they adapted. And that adaptation changed their DNA, their immune system, as a shield against the radiation. The researchers used radio colors to find out that the wolves were exposed daily to 6 times as much radiation as the legal limit for human workers. 6 times as much! That would fucking kill us.
That would kill us. Kill us!
Okay then. Furthermore, genetic analysis unveiled distinctive mutations within the wolf's genome, suggesting a form of natural selection favoring traits conducive, is that the word? Conducive to cancer resistance. So of course, in easier terms, wolves that have adapted that anti-cancer mutation are of course favored by evolution. This is basically what nature is about. Adapting, changing, growing, evolving, and ultimately enduring. So come on, man, this is so awesome. Yeah, the moment I discovered this article, I already knew this is nature news, man. All the humans gone. Wolves, this is our home, man. Cancer, am I a joke to you? You are the joke. And the fun thing about Chernobyl is I've always felt like if humanity was to go extinct like that, that is maybe about how planet would look like. Still all these buildings, no humans of course left, no noise of course, no pollution, and there are animals walking everywhere. Alright, so vamonos mammals, let's go to the next topic. This topic I'm gonna split into 3 sections, actually 3 questions. What is bottom trawling? What kind of damage does it do to the oceans? Second question is, why are the oceans important? The third and the last question is, what can you do to help our world's ocean? Of course, I've talked about oceans and how important they are in previous videos, especially in previous nature newses. Because of course, many people highly underestimate how important the oceans are and of course how much in danger they are. But yeah, as expected, we, humanity, destroy the oceans in too many ways to count. And one of the biggest ways we do that is the fishing industry. And so, to be more specifically, bottom trawling is one of the worst practices that is being done. So let's start with the first question. What is bottom trawling? It is when a giant ass ship sits in the ocean, giant net attached to that ship. Now you already feel where this is going. That giant net sweeps the entire sea floor till there's nothing left basically. They're literally emptying the oceans. Actually, scientists have predicted that if we keep going like this, around the year 2040, the oceans could be almost fishless, so almost empty. That would be absolutely catastrophic, right? So yeah, they sweep the ocean floor with a giant net. It is highly effective and therefore it is highly destructive. Giant nets full of fish and other animals. Bottom trawling is one of the worst things that we do to our oceans. And this is one of the greatest examples and one of the most important things that I can show you. Listen to this, alright? This is very freaking important. In the ocean, when there is a giant shoal of fish, let's say anchovies, it attracts a great number of marine predators. Too many to count. Sharks, dolphins, sea lions, sailfish, whales, and birds dive bombing from the sky. Hundreds and hundreds of predators surrounding that shoal and attacking them from all sides. You think that not a single fish would survive that. But the truth is, after literally hours of being snatched, grabbed, and attacked from all sides, there is barely a dent in the number of fish.
All these hunters have barely made a dent in the great shoal.
But, and this is important, when there is that same shoal of anchovies and there comes a giant ship and that giant ship is there to bottom trawl, giant net goes out and the entire shoal gets swooped away. Gone! Entire shoal. That's the fucking difference between humanity and nature. Nature is efficient. It's all about balance. But when a few hairless monkeys on a boat come along with some fucking net, the entire shoal gone. And that's just catastrophic. That just does an insane amount of damage. And that's the difference between how we should be doing it and how exactly to ruin the planet.
Decades of unsustainable fishing have left many fish stocks in serious decline. A third have collapsed altogether. Plastic pollution is a grave issue for our oceans. But industrial overfishing is far more dangerous. If we continue to harvest the seas in this way, it's not just fisheries that will collapse. The whole ocean system could follow. 100 million sharks are killed every year just to make shark fin soup. 90% of all large ocean hunters have disappeared.
Now let's move on to the second question. Why are the oceans so important? Okay, so now you have a little bit of an idea about what bottom trawling is all about. There's one positive aspect of this topic today. Greece wants to ban bottom trawling along the seafloor by 2030 and expand protected waters. So yeah, Greece has announced an initiative to end bottom trawling in its protected waters by the year 2030. The European nation also plans to expand its protected waters by creating 2 large marine parks, allowing fish and other marine life to thrive in secured areas. But despite these efforts, the ecosystem damaging bottom trawling has not been completely banned by countries worldwide. This is another glimmer of hope.
There is hope.
Most of the times when they make such a promise, in reality it's always going to be different. Or they don't make it happen, or it takes 3 decades longer than they said it was going to be. So if they really make this happen, it would be good. But it would be even better if we keep on doing this, okay? We keep banning things that destroy the planet. Fishing industry, meat industry, all these horrible things that really directly destroy the planet. And so also it destroys us. We destroy ourselves in the long term. And if we keep expanding protected areas so much to the point where the entire planet is a protected area, to the point where we live together with nature, of course. The third and last question: what can you do to help our oceans? The main thing is, we don't need to eat fish. Our human body, our primate great ape body, does not need fish to be healthy and strong. Not at all. So don't fucking buy it anymore. Like, how great is that? That is the greatest opportunity. Same goes for the entire meat industry, like animal agriculture. We don't need to do it, man. Oh, that is the greatest opportunity to actually literally save the planet. Look, if we needed meat and eggs and dairy and fish to survive, then it will be not much we can do about it. But the whole entire point is we don't need it. So why the fuck are we doing it? That's the greatest opportunity for humanity, to the point where we don't eat fish, we don't need fish, we don't fish anymore. And I'm talking about the big industries. If there's some small family somewhere in a poor part of Africa that eats a few fish a week to survive, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the big destructive industries and the average human that has alternatives. If we completely cut that whole shit out as soon as possible, that is the way to save the planet, man. That is the single best thing that we can do. If you really care about our oceans and you really want to help, don't buy fish anymore. Don't buy meat anymore, man. It's literally proven that that is the number one single best thing that you can do right now to contribute to a better future. Second thing that you can do, oh, this is actually perfect. This is it. This is the solution. The money that you would spend on buying fish, that money, that amount, you can now give that, donate that to rhino conservation. I'm still with my head in the previous nature news. That money you can now invest in our oceans. Yes, that amount of money you can now donate to marine conservation, man. That's the perfect solution. Let's go. Deal? Okay, deal. That is it. Here are the great organizations that are working to save important marine species like sea turtles, whales, penguins, coral reefs, sharks. Sharks are literally going extinct. Sharks! One of the most iconic animals in the entire planet. And bottom trawling adds to that number. In those giant nets, also sharks get caught. Oh, bycatch. It's called bycatch, but I call it, what do I call it? By murder, by slaughter. Another thing that you can do is, of course, is always educate yourself and the other people around you. Knowledge is everything, man. If you know how important our oceans are, then I think you would find it in your heart to change your lifestyle just a little bit. And if everyone does that, that will literally make the difference. As I always say, if everyone makes a difference, then together we can make the difference between a fucked up planet or a far greener planet. Oh, about the education part, it can be very, very entertaining and fun, amazing, epic, because I'm gonna recommend to you now, watch Our Planet. Oh, you are not going to regret it. Our planet, and especially coastal seas and the high seas, and also freshwater. Those I think are about the oceans. Oh yeah! And last but definitely not least, share this video, but more importantly, share this message. This is the message. The planet's oceans are the biggest and therefore one of the most important ecosystems. We need to leave the oceans and all the important animals that live there completely alone. By stopping the entire fishing industry, by stopping ocean acidification because of climate change, by stopping with killing hundreds and hundreds of millions of important marine animals each year. Then and only then can we truly save this planet and save ourselves from a fucking apocalypse. Alright, this is like a jungle vibe right here with this. Vamonos mammals, let's go to the last topic. Oh, and it is the last topic, it's almost the end of the video. You know what that means. It is time to go prehistoric. Yes! So, 200 million years ago, the world was dominated by giants. And not just on land, the oceans were equally as dangerous.
The lands of the prehistoric planet were ruled by the dinosaurs. But the seas were dominated by a very different group of reptiles.
And mainly because of these fuckers. Ichthyosaurs. First question is, what is a freaking ichthyosaur? An ichthyosaur is an epic prehistoric predatory marine reptile. And they first appeared about 250 million years ago. And there are actually over 100 species of ichthyosaur. There were relatively small ones, but some grew to the size of a whale. And that brings us to this new discovery. The second question here is, what was the biggest animal that has ever lived? A massive jawbone was found along the English coast, which belonged to a newfound species that is likely the largest known marine reptile to swim in Earth's oceans. The name that they gave this new ichthyosaur is Ichthyotitan severnensis. So, as we all know, the legendary, iconic blue whale is the biggest animal that's ever lived, with a length of up to 33 meters. This new discovery, this new animal, this new titan could have rivaled the blue whale in length, and maybe, just maybe, could have been longer, so bigger than some blue whales. Researchers believed the creature named Ichthyotitan severnensis, which actually means giant fish lizard of the Severn, was more than 82 feet long or 25 meters. Co-author Perillo studied the histology or microscopic anatomy of the ichthyosaur bones and discovered, this is important, that the reptile was likely still growing at the time when he died, meaning an adult Ichthyotitan severnensis may have grew larger than a blue whale. And so the third and last question here is, why? Why are fossils important? So why aren't they just pieces of junk in the dirt? Uncovering the history of marine reptiles is crucial to understanding ancient ocean ecosystems, because the creatures filled various niches and shaped the ocean food chains, creating competition and a never-ending spiral of evolution. From them, we can understand how evolutionary laws shaped life, what led life to be what it is now. We can understand how changes in the environment recoil on ecological communities and predict future ecological developments in our current environment. So, in other and easier words, fossils show us crucial parts of nature. They help us understand nature better. So, because of fossil, we have more knowledge about nature. As I always say, researching nature means understanding nature better. And understanding nature better gives us the opportunity to protect nature better. From ourselves, mainly. And last but not least, isn't it just fucking awesome to discover these prehistoric giant animals, to be able to discover nature such a long time ago, hundreds of millions of years. And that is why fossils are almost a cheat code, because otherwise we would have almost never been able to discover dinosaurs. Imagine if we had never knew about dinosaurs. Oh, that would be such a shame. But now we actually know that Argentinosaurus, Velociraptor, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Ichthyotitan existed. How fucking awesome is that, man? Come on. The fact that we can literally uncover parts of nature such a long time ago, that alone, for me, creates a never-ending fascination and curiosity. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look who I got here. It's so white. Ho ho ah. Remember to do everything that you can to help our planet's oceans. Donate to marine conservation. Educate yourself and others on our planet's oceans and how important they are. Isn't that right, mammals?
Mammals?
Obviously, most important part of this whole entire video is our planet's oceans, man. Of course, to educate you so that you understand how important nature is, that you can actually help. And it is almost our obligation to help, to contribute, do something on a regular basis, you know. Do everyday small deeds. Everyday small deeds of ordinary folk is what keeps the darkness at bay. The future is literally in our hands, and it starts with little actions of compassion and actually starting to care, in this case about our oceans and all the amazing beautiful animals that live there. It stinks here again. Why do I always smell something bad at the end of a freaking video? It smells like a carcass here.
I smell something. It smells like a buzzard's butt fell off and then got sprayed on by a bunch of skunks.
Holy crap. There's a heron flying there. Whoa. Okay, mammals, that was it. Was this nature news? Thank you for watching. Thank you if you actually donated something to marine conservation, or you shared this video, or you checked out our planet. Come on, do yourself a favor. I gotta say what I always say, man. Mammals, let's make the whole entire planet green again, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Let's go wild.